welcome to Sorare Sunday, and we're looking at the week from the 11th of August to 17th of August, and we had a heat wave here in the UK, and things also heated up in Sorare. So let's have a look at what happened this week. As I said, this week we had a heat wave in the UK, and I hated it, but we also had some hot streaks being hit and missed, and we also got some essence being brought in. So all good stuff happening on So Rare at the moment. So we won 651 essence and 3k of XP. That essence was split up with 40 rare and 611 in limited. And so just looking down, we got 255 from this Eredivisie team, which I believe was the first game week of the year. Yes, I think it was. It was the first game week of the year. So Shinsuke Mito doing well for Sparta Rotterdam, getting an assist in 76. Watanabe for Feyenoord doing very well. He's done very well this game week as well, because in midweek he got 2 goals against Fenerbahce. So I do think he's going to be something special. I'm glad I managed to trade my way for him before he got quite expensive. Gisehawk Camp and Clement not doing that well, which did let our team down a little bit, but we still managed to get 250 essence, which isn't too shabby. Joel Drommel showing that he is having a little bit of a rough start to the life in the Eredivisie, so getting a score of 1, but he was against PSV. They're the big dogs in the league, so it's not like too many warning signs. Like games like this will happen in the Eredivisie because of like kind of the split of quality within some of the teams. But Dylan Mumbayo got a 60 with an assist, so Pek Zwol doing fairly well at the moment in the league. Not too shabby. We only got 500 XP for both of our Juniper League teams. We were well off. I think we needed 400 to keep the streak going. And unfortunately, I think this team was probably closest by only a few points. But if Sen Lamens had kept a clean sheet, I think we might have been able to, because he would have got up. No, even then we would have been a way off. It's Langola needed to get a better score as well, didn't he? It just wasn't to be. It's hard to get 400 score. So I was kind of accepting that I wasn't going to get it. It's annoying because it was a lot of money. I think it was like €50 I would have won. So, but we got some essence, some XP even, and we're still in. We're both in Division 2 now for both of our teams, so it will be harder to get experience and things for the coming weeks. But let's just see how it goes. In our MLS, we won the 40 rare using this team. Chupa Montaigne being the standout with 2 goals. And I can never remember this guy's name. Begala? Sebastian, let's call him. Got 62. So we're struggling with rare at the moment. We've only got 2 teams that we can play, and both of them have not a lot of wiggle room. So if we don't, if one of the players doesn't play or something like that, we usually just have DMPs. So struggling a bit with rare at the moment, but I do have a plan with it, which I'll talk about at the end. And then 100 essence with this MLS team. Bamba getting a goal. Everyone else doing just mediocre. So glad we got something for that team. And then everything else got nothing. Then in Challenger, we didn't do great, apart from Rocky Bashiri getting their goal and getting 63 score. The rest of the team did not get great scores, and we were only 36 points away from a reward. And we also, I don't know, oh yeah, we did. It was 250 that we needed, so we got the first streak, a hot streak from that. And then Contender, we got the streak as well, because we got this team got 254 essence. Everyone doing pretty well within the team, apart from this dude. It's in kanji, so I can't. Kapiba? Not sure how you say his name, but there you go. He only got 35. And Kigawa only got 43 as well, but the rest doing all right. Um, we've got a few teams which had just performers that did okay, and then performers who didn't do it, like Nade doing his very worst, but George Brown getting a 69 and a clean sheet. So it's kind of like a mixed bag there, but nothing to show for it rewards wise. And then under 21s or under 23, sorry, not doing great. I think we're going to get better as we move into the proper league starting. So this weekend that's coming will be way better because we'll have more players that we can use in this sort of area. And hopefully we'll have some more goalkeepers. If not, we might have to look at some good cheap alternatives because Andrew Rick nearly never plays, and I'd like to play a couple of under 23 teams. So nothing there. And then for our All-Star, we didn't get anything either. Like I said, struggling with the rares because if we have players who don't play, we don't have replacements. So DMPs just happen. Got an Ipswich team, but they drew against Birmingham. It was a bit disappointing result for the lads. But I'm going to continue doing the Ipswich stack in All-Star throughout the whole season and see how they do. And that's how the weekend went. And midweek will be a lot quicker to go through because it was just 2 teams that I could put together. And surprisingly higher score than I thought we'd have. There was a lot of DMPs which I knew we'd have because it was not many games being played, so I didn't have a lot of players for the lineups. But Watanabe doing absolutely incredible with 2 goals and a 70, even though they lost 5-2. I watched some of the game and they were completely overrun by Fenerbahce. It was not a fun game to watch if you're a Feyenoord fan. But Kim Dong-jun doing pretty well with 79 and a clean sheet as well. So I think this team was the closest to getting a reward, but we had 2 DMPs. It just wasn't to be. So, but with those midweeks, it's kind of to be expected that I'm not always going to be able to fill teams, especially when it gets into like the European competitions and stuff, because I won't have those cards. So we're looking more positive towards this current game week. We've got Premier League, we've got 1 LaLiga, we've got the rest like that we've had before, so Eredivisie, Belgian League, Challenger and Contender. Although I think Challenger I don't have for this weekend because Scottish Leagues aren't playing and I only have Hibs players, so we are going to miss that for this weekend. But for the rest of them, we've got lots of teams to play and hopefully we'll get some good rewards from it. But we're going to now move on to look at our player to watch. Okay, so last week I gave a Jupiler Pro League suggestion, so I'm going to continue with that. And we did a striker last time, and this time I'm going for a defender, and his name's Jose Marsa. So he's 23-year-old Spanish defender for Mechelen, and they're doing quite well in the league at the moment. They're doing all right. I think they're probably going to be ending up mid-table to top table, but not quite challenging for Europe. Potentially they might, but that's kind of where they're predicted to be anyway. But Jose Marsa has been really good for the start of the season. He's got 75, 60, and 52 for his scores for the first 3 games. He seems like a nailed-on starter, and he just seems to be a solid defender. Also helping them get some good results, like a 1-1 draw, which isn't fantastic against that team that they played, but first game of the season always comes with a little bit of shakiness. Then a 2-1 win against Club Brugge, which is massive, big team in the league, and a 1-0 win against Westerlo. So 2 wins in a draw, 3 good performances. I think he could potentially be a really good player this season. And his card is not like super pricey for in season. Like you look at some of these cards, they're worth like 20 to 30 pounds, but he's looking at around 7 to 8 pounds. And if you want to buy him directly from Sorare, he's 8.45, which isn't too bad. And I think he could be a player to keep an eye on. He might also, unfortunately, be eyed up for a move somewhere else because the Belgian league is being picked to pieces by every other league at the moment. A lot of good players being signed by Serie A teams, Premier League teams. There's also like Scottish teams which are picking up some Jupiler League players, and it's a little bit risky to buy players when the transfer window is open from this league, just because they might move. But if they do move within a league that's covered, you've got an in-season player for that league still. So, but he definitely is one of my standout players at the beginning of the season that I've got. And I think, in general, a cheaper player that you can pick up who's playing really well. So he's my player to watch. And now we're going to go on and spin that wheel.
Go spin the wheel and see where it lands.
Okay, so we have 15, strike that, 16 tickets to spend on the wheel. We have done some spins midweek just to see if there's anything we could get to help us with either buying cards or creating cards or anything like that. So we did do about 10 or so spins midweek just to use them up, but didn't get anything too fantastic from them. I think we got one clue. I think we got a country clue and a little bit of essence, but we got 50 essence for our first spin, so not too shabby. I'm expecting many a miss. Oh, 25 essence. You know what? Every little bit of essence I don't mind, because we want to just keep getting as many crafts as we can, don't we? So I'm happy with essence. 50 essence again, so that's what, 125 essence so far through our spins. I'll take it. I'd love to get something like a gold reward, like maybe a tier 1 card or something like that, but I haven't got anything like that yet. Maybe today is the day, but I've not had much luck with the spinner. I'm not gonna lie. I've got a lot of essence from it, but nothing that's like spectacular. That's a miss. We're approaching a golden spin though, which is always fun. What are we going to get? 100 XP from the looks of it. I have been using my XP as well and leveling up my in-season cards. Here we go. Golden spinner. Let's do this. So I've been leveling up my in-season cards where I can. So we've been using that to try and get better scores within our season. And we've got 100 limited essence from that golden spinner. A bit disappointing. We will have a final golden spinner by the end of this. Let's see. Are we going to get a spin again from the looks of it? We definitely will get a final golden spinner then. Come on. We want something good. I mean, 50 essence. I don't mind getting the essence, because I'll either spend the essence on clues or an essence craft. So I'm happy with whatever we get in terms of essence. Like 75. I haven't been adding up how much essence, but that's around about 200-300, isn't it? So that's one clue. Like if you get up to like 500, that's one clue covered. 100 XP. I am loving the wheel. I'm wondering how long they're going to keep it around, though. I think it might be taken from us at some point after the Bundesliga goes live. We've probably got the wheel for a couple of more weeks, and then it's gone. Because I feel like it's just giving stuff away for nothing. And Sorare typically don't like doing that. So we're going to enjoy it while we can. Another little bit of essence as we go. 4 more spins. And a golden spin to see if we can get anything special. I think we're just going to get a spin again. Oh no, 250 XP. Again, I don't hate the XP. I'll use it, but it's just not very exciting, is it? Past the miss. We're probably on a spin again, though. One more spin before our golden. Anything good going to come up? We're just going to get a spin again? Oh, no, 250 XP. Fair enough. We're going for our final golden spin. Boosted odds. 250 XP. Well, that's super disappointing for a golden spin, I'm not going to lie. So like I said, I haven't really been getting much luck on the old wheel. We're getting pretty much just essence and XP and low amounts of it. I've seen a lot of people posting like tier 1 cards that they've got and things like that. It's just not happened for us. Even clues that have won and we haven't been able to get it. It's a little bit disappointing when you're like seeing all these other good stuff coming in. But you know what? I can't complain. We got some a fair chunk of essence. And talking about essence, we're now going to go on to craft a card. Okay, so we've got 5,573 essence. So we might do 2 crafts today, depending on how well the first one goes. So we're going to craft the first one. Right, and we are going to do League for 500. So that leaves us with 4k essence after. And we've got 2 Premier Leagues, and we're going to Eredivisie. I think I have to go for a Premier League because they're probably the most useful for me at the moment. Got a lot of Eredivisie players, and they're good. I mean, I could do best 5, but that's just a whole craft gone. Let's use our nationality up. See what the nationalities are. No, that one doesn't help me. That one might help me. Ireland. Irish players in the Premier League. And English could be really good or could be just bang average. Right, it's between these two, isn't it? It's between these 2 Premier League players. Oh, who's Irish and who's... Like, English seems like the more obvious one to go for because there could be a really good player like Saka or... Saka's the only one that comes to mind for some reason, but there's loads of English players. There's like a Pope in goal or someone like that. There's a lot of Henderson in goal as well. There's a lot of English players. I'm trying to think who Irish players in the Premier League. Right, so it could be Kelleher, Travers, Bazunu, Coleman. There's a lot of dross that it could be, but then there's a lot of dross it could be here as well. I'm going to go with England and hope that we get a good English player. Let's go. Archie Gray is not a terrible pull. I think he will play. He's only a 1-star. Nathan Collins, he's not a terrible player either. He definitely would have played. Who did I miss out on in terms of that? Okay, so the best card was Nathan Collins. I'm glad I didn't go for Eredivisie, because that would have been a very disappointing pull. Archie Gray is a young midfielder who does potentially have game time this season, so I'm pretty happy with that. I don't hate that, so we're going to definitely claim him. So we won Archie Gray. I'm not sure how certain he is to play in this current lineup. They usually play him as like left or right back, I think. So, but we'll have a look at him in a second. But before we do, I think we're going to do another pull. I think we're going to go for it. We're going to do 2 pulls this week. We did 2 last week. I want to do another one because we've got Premier League potential. We've got Eredivisie. We've got Jupiler. I can never say the Belgian one right. So we're going to spaff in an extra 1,000. And we're going to straight away go for League as well. That leaves us with 2,500 after. So we have Eredivisie. We've got LaLiga. We've got Norwegian League. Now, if I do another 500 on nationality, we can then see. But then that's 1,000 spent on just clues. I hate spending the essence on clues and not. I could use some La Liga players because I do have a La Liga lineup which isn't great. I do love Eredivisie, so those 2 are mine that I'm focusing on. But then the Norwegian League, I think they only have 1 team, which is Rosenborg? Which means they could potentially be very good players for Rosenborg. But then I don't use these players, that's the thing. It's between La Liga and I think I'll go La Liga. I might be pulled into the trap where it's a higher league, but not a good player. But yeah, I'm gonna go La Liga. It's the best league we've got out of all of these, so let's go for it. Okay, defender Javi Rudea, a 1-star. Marco Kirkes was a 1-star as well. Is that? Oh, okay. The K League was Cesena, I think it is. He's doing very well in the league at the moment. That would have been very nice, but he wasn't even a player I was looking at. I would have gone for Eredivisie over K League, or J League over K League as well, because I collect more J League. So it's a 1-star. He 60% chance of playing in game week 1, so he does play, which I'm not mad at. That means I've got a player which I could potentially use within La Liga. So I'm not too upset with that one either. I think those are two fairly good pulls at the moment. With nothing stand out amazing, but I think that they were pretty decent. They're usable at least. They're not do not plays every week. So we're just going to have a look at our cards that we got quickly. Okay, so we picked up Archie Gray. And he did play for under 21s, I think it was, competition. And he does seem to be playing. He doesn't get great scores, but he does seem to be playing either off the bench or starter throughout the season. But it is a different manager who's picked up this season, so that might mean that he'll play more or less. Let's see what his probability of starting is if we just go on like that. 40%. It's not great. It's not a lot to put in, but depending on what happens throughout the season, he might start playing more. How much are people buying him for? About £3, £4, which is not bad. It's not a bad amount. I mean, that will drop once the season kind of gets going. And then the other player I got was Javi Ruda. Ruda? I'm going to call him Ruda. And he had a little stint of games at the end of last season, starting, and he got a goal. And he actually played a lot. Look at that. He played a lot last season. What team was it for, though? Albacete Balompe. Not sure what league was that. Was that Liga 2? It doesn't even say what league it was. I think that's La Liga 2, so second division. What's his percentage starting? 60%. So we just checked that, didn't we? So he's a utility player that could be used in La Liga. I'm pretty happy with that because he's usable. I would have loved that 5-star card from the K League, but I don't think I would have naturally gone for it. So happy with what I got in the end. So we're going to finish it there. And we're going to come back next week to have a look how we did with Premier League, La Liga starting up. We've got all the hot streaks. We've got daily competitions that they've put in where you have to pick 3 players and you could win some essence. So there's plenty going on. Seems to be that Sorare is in a pretty good place right now. People quite positive about it all when there was a lot of negativity before around it. So it's nice to see that there's some positivity. Sorare seems to be making some money. I just hope that they don't do any knee-jerk reactions after that to kind of try and change things too much. We want to see some positive changes, but obviously, they can do some pretty harsh U-turns on things, which can make you a bit like, whoa, what's going on? So we'll just have to wait and see how all that goes. But let me know what you're thinking in the comments. Are you enjoying Sorare 26 so far? What leagues are you focusing on? I think I'm going to, after this month, now that I've got all my in-seasons kind of sorted, for the most part, I might be looking at trying to get some rare in-seasons, probably for the Belgian league, because I think it'll be the more affordable buy-in sort of level. So I'll be looking at getting into the rare market for there. So let me know what you think, if there's any good players that are kind of cheaper or good to have. I want to try and keep it at a kind of cheapish budget, and it will probably take 2 or 3 months for me to get the cards because they're more expensive. But yeah, I want to try and buy into a little bit of in-season rare as well. So yeah, it's a good time to be playing Sorare for sure. Thank you for watching. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and come back next week for some more Sorare Sunday. And I will see you when I see you.